My mom lent me this book because I just came off a round of antibiotics and my system is totally out of whack. And she told me that this book would help me. And I have to say that immediately I was super impressed. Not only does this book go through all of those basics that we all know and we all need gentle reminding that we need to do, but it also goes through so much more, like really, really in depth on why each of the basics makes a difference, on the history of them, on what blue zones are, where people have lived well past 100, on how to live a truly happy life. I love that the entire book has exceptional footnotes, like all of this in the back are all footnotes. Everything has all of the research so you know exactly where it's coming from if you are a bit of a cynic, as I am. And I have to say that at the end of this, I am sold and I am motivated to make a difference in my eating for long-term health and, more importantly for me, for my gut health, which this makes a huge difference for. I have already been following a lot of the recommendations in Young Forever, and I am feeling much better. My digestive system's working better. I feel more energy. I just feel more positive and full of life. So I definitely recommend Young Forever. It is a fast read. I know it doesn't look like it. And when you start, you may think, what are you talking about, Cameron? This is super in-depth. But I'll tell you right now that I couldn't put this book down once I started. I did skim some of the stuff because he gets a little heavy duty in some of his language, but the arguments in here are great. And then, of course, I won't show you too much detail, but he gets into a lot of different pieces. In the beginning, he goes through all of the stories on why this is so important. And then you go into testing where you can self-test yourself in here with a variety of tests to see how you're doing, where you are having issues. And then once you figure out what you need to work on, you start with the longevity diet, where we talk about what exactly you should be eating, what are the basic supplements you would want if you're not eating a full diet. He makes it very clear that you don't need anything more than eating quality food, getting good sleep, exercising, and keeping your stress low. But he also recommends a lot of great supplements if you want to add to that, including a pretty impressive aging shake, and then goes into each of the health issues you may have and goes into more detail on how you could resolve them and a lot more advanced options. The book can be a lot at the beginning, but it is super impressive. It gives you a very clear starting point and a path forward as you want to improve upon that. I definitely recommend Young Forever by Dr. Mark Hyman, a New York Times bestselling author for good reason. I know some of the stuff he says does not align with my own understanding of science, but once I read this book, I'm pretty sold because the basic common tenets of this book are very sound, have a lot of scientific backing, and more importantly for me, they motivate me to do what I already knew was the right thing to do.